6 months living in Montana with no mountain time since the move. Just life, responsibility, and trying to navigate this world. With family over visiting for a week, we're taking 3 days to explore some of Montana's best scenery with much needed mountain time and wheeling. In this video, you'll see my 1966 Ford that has been in the family for 49 years. My brother-in-law is sporting the Jeep Gladiator. It is running 38-inch tires and a factory rear locker and is equally as capable as my old Ford. So follow along as we hit some of Montana's most beautiful, ominous mountains. There's something about the mountains. It's not just the views, it's not just the challenge, it's something deeper, something that sticks with you after you leave. Out here in Montana, you feel it a little differently. The roads stretch longer, the mountains stand taller, and the silence goes a little deeper. Today, me and my brother-in-law are heading up into the mountains, but this trip, it's not just about the drive. It's about remembering where it all started. We've been talking about this trip for a while now, getting the trucks ready, checking gear, making sure we're not the guys that get stuck 20 miles out with no plan. Because Montana's not the place you come unprepared. There's something about going out with someone you trust, someone who understands why you do this in the first place. For us, it's not about proving anything. It's about getting away, even if it's just for the day. The higher you go, the quieter everything gets. Out here, cell service disappears, noise disappears, distractions disappear. And what you're left with is just the road, the machine, and your thoughts. And in Montana, the quiet can feel almost overwhelming in a good way. This is the part that gets me. Growing up in the Pacific Northwest, my dad used to take us into the mountains all the time. Sometimes to just get away, other times to just feel the peace of the mountains, and sometimes to just get out and have fun. We didn't have anything fancy, no crazy builds, no big setups. Just him, us, and whatever road we could find. And being out here in Montana brings it all back. Different mountains, same feeling. There's something about being up there as a kid. Sitting in the passenger seat, watching the trees go by. You feel safe, like nothing could touch you. No noise, no stress, no pressure. Just your dad driving and the quiet hum of the road beneath you. I didn't know it at the time, but those moments, they stick with you. And places like this, they bring it all back. Now here I am years later, doing the same thing in my dad's old Ford that got passed down to me when I was a teenager. And being out here in Montana with family, it just hits different. Because whether you realize it or not, you're creating those same moments all over again. And this is why we do it. Not for the likes, not for the views online, but for this right here. The silence, the air, the feeling that, for just a moment, everything is exactly where it's supposed to be. Trips like this don't last forever, but the memories do. And one day, you will look back and realize it was never about the destination. It was about who you were with and how they made you feel along the way. So if you've got someone in your life that you could take a trip like this with, don't wait. Because one day you might realize those were the moments that mattered the most. And eventually, the road turns back. The same way up never really feels the same as the way back down. You notice different things. The light hits the mountain a little softer. The air cools off. Everything just slows down. And out here in Montana, it almost feels like the mountains know you're leaving. There's always that moment on the way down where things get quiet again. Not the same kind of quiet as before, but the kind that you're just thinking. I used to sit there as a kid, riding back down the mountain with my dad, half awake, just listening to the tires on the road, not wanting the drive to end. And now, without even realizing it, I'm right back in the same moment. But something about this trip still feels unfinished. Like we've only scratched the surface of what's out here. And next time, we're going deeper. And then eventually, the dirt road turns back into pavement. The noise comes back, the world starts to feel a little closer again. But something changes after a day like this. You don't just leave the mountains behind. You take something with you. But time spent out there, it does something to you. It builds something you don't really notice at first. But as you get older,
you start to feel it. Call it peace, call it clarity, call it strength. Whatever it stays with you. It's in the sound of the wind moving through the trees, the quiet whisper through the pines. The way the air feels, the way everything slows down. Those little things, they stick. And years later, those mountains start coming back to you. Not all at once, just pieces. Flashes of being a kid, riding through the mountains, looking out the window. Your family right there with you. And you realize those weren't just memories, those were building you, giving you something solid to stand on, even when life gets heavy. Something quiet but strong. I didn't understand it back then, but I do now, and that's why I keep coming back. Because out there, there's still more to find, and this trip, it's far from over.